BF Homes was one of the largest gated subdivisions in Paranaque, Philippines. It was considered safe, quiet, and home to middle and upper middle class families. The Vizconde family lived here peacefully before tragedy struck in 1991. Before we begin the full story, this channel takes hours of research and careful verification to bring you real crime stories that matter. We invest in tools, software, and time to ensure every detail is accurate and meaningful. If you support this work, help us reach 1,000 subscribers this week. Subscribe, like, share. Your support helps us continue bringing real stories, real victims, and real justice. Where are you watching from? Comment your country below. Let's see how far this channel has reached. Now back to the story. The family consisted of Laura Vizconde, Estrellita Vizconde, Jennifer Vizconde, and young Mervin Vizconde. They were described as a normal, loving Filipino family with no known enemies. Laura worked abroad while his wife and children stayed in the Philippines. At the time of the incident, Laura Vizconde was in the United States working. He maintained financial support and communication with his family. This left Estrellita and the children alone in their home during the attack. The night appeared normal in the subdivision, with residents unaware of danger. Inside the Vizconde home, something horrific was unfolding. The crime would later become one of the most infamous in Philippine history. Investigators later concluded that the suspects were able to enter the home. There were conflicting theories about forced entry or possible access through familiarity. This detail became crucial in the investigation. Inside the house, violence erupted suddenly. The victims were attacked in different areas of the home. The assault was described as extremely brutal and sustained. Estrellita Vizconde, the mother, was found dead inside her bedroom. She suffered multiple stab wounds, indicating a violent struggle. Her death marked the beginning of the massacre discovery. Jennifer Vizconde, a young college student, was also brutally killed. She was found with severe injuries consistent with multiple stab wounds. Her case became symbolic of innocence lost in the tragedy. Mervin Vizconde, the youngest, was also murdered during the attack. He had no chance to escape or defend himself. The entire immediate family inside the home was wiped out. Neighbors noticed unusual silence and alerted authorities. Police entered the residence and discovered the bodies of the victims. The scene was described as horrifying and emotionally devastating. Residents of BF Homes were shocked that such a crime happened inside a gated subdivision. Fear spread quickly as people questioned their safety. The case immediately gained national attention. Authorities found multiple stab wounds and signs of violent struggle. The attack appeared personally and extremely aggressive. However, no clear weapon was immediately recovered. The Philippine police launched an urgent investigation. They interviewed neighbors, possible witnesses, and collected physical evidence. However, leads were inconsistent and fragmented. Despite early efforts, no clear suspect was identified right away. There were no obvious signs of robbery as a primary motive. This made the case more complicated. The case quickly became one of the most widely covered crimes in the Philippines. Television, newspapers, and radio stations followed every development. Public pressure for justice grew rapidly. Investigators explored several possible motives: personal revenge, robbery gone wrong, drug-related connections. None of these theories were initially proven. As time passed, the case remained unsolved, leads dried up, and public frustration increased. The Vizconde family continued seeking justice. Years later, new testimonies led to the accusation of several individuals. The suspects included people linked to influential families and organizations. This made the case highly controversial. A long and complex court trial began, involving multiple defendants. Witness testimonies became central, but also heavily disputed. The case turned into one of the most debated trials in the country. Some accused were initially convicted by lower courts. Later, higher courts acquitted them due to insufficient or unreliable evidence. This back and forth created confusion and public outrage. Even decades later, the Vizconde Massacre remains controversial. Questions persist about the real perpetrators and the strength of evidence. It stands as one of the most debated criminal cases in Philippine history. If justice still matters to you, subscribe and stand with us. Because silence helps criminals, every story deserves to be heard. Every victim deserves justice. Stay aware, stay safe.